We all have dreams. It could be winning the lottery and going to Turks and Caicos. It could be buying that big old mansion on a hill somewhere. We also have dream jobs. Everyone who's watching me right now, loves sports. If you're rocking with Captain Will, you know you love sports. So how amazing would it be if you could match your love for sports with a dream career in sports? You can make that reality. You can make it a reality with the education and connections you get in Southern New Hampshire University and their sports management program. Southern New Hampshire University is a proud sponsor of this video. Southern New Hampshire's University's online sports management program lets you turn that passion for sports into a degree. You'll learn all about the business and the economics of sports, sports management principles, and how to gather and analyze data. This degree can help prepare you for a career as an athletic director, a sports information director, marketing manager, and other exciting roles in the sports industry. You'll be able to tap into SNHU's network of graduates working in sports-related organizations. You'll be able to take advantage of an internship or an experimental learning course within the field. Your courses are taught by faculty with real-world experience. So you'll have opportunities to connect with people in the industry. And when y'all graduate, SNHU will still be there to help you as you begin your job hunt. SNHU is accredited, nonprofit, and has radically affordable tuition. It's just amazing. SNHU was voted one of the country's most innovative universities by U.S. News and World Report. Go to the link snhu.edu/Gamecocks Talk. It's also linked in my description below to see if you qualify for SNHU Sports Management Program. You might be eligible for financial aid. We all need some help. So if there's some financial aid available, or you might have some previous college credits that are going to help you get your degree faster, fast track your degree. Click the link below to get started. And this might be your opportunity to get that dream job. Let's go get it. Welcome to another episode of Gamecocks Talk with Captain Will. I'm your man, Captain Will. Make sure you like, make sure you share, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you subscribe to Gamecocks Talk with Captain Will so I continue to bring you that gospel of Gamecocks every single day. Every single day, y'all. Every single day. You are now rocking with the best. And since you're rocking with the best, come rock with your man, Captain Will. We got to go in today, y'all. We have a good one today, y'all. We are talking about, we doing some comparison. We're going to have fun today. We're going to have some fun today comparing the 2024 national champions versus the 2022 national champions. It's just a fun day. It's just a comparison sake. It's just to have some fun, just to chop it up with old Captain Will. And we're going to compare. So, we all know the Gamecocks just won a championship. We know we are now the three-time national champion. That's what we do. We are standing on business. We getting ready to start our repeat tour. Raven Johnson already talked about it. We got so many players returning to the University of South Carolina to run this thing back. That's what we're going to do. But we also know that 2 years ago, South Carolina Gamecocks won the chip. 2022, South Carolina won the national championship. And that made us a two-time national champion. So for comparison's sake, we're going to compare this squad versus that squad. That squad led by Aliyah Boston. Okay? This squad led by Camila Cardoza. Let's get it started. Okay. First off, you're talking about two amazing basketball teams. Let's begin there. Two amazing basketball teams. South Carolina, 38-0. 38-0, won the chip. Nobody could beat South Carolina this season. Nobody could beat the Gamecocks this season. 2022, 35-2, 15-1 in conference. We beat North Carolina State. And I'm just going to talk about the teams that was ranked, 25th or better in the net ranking. Okay, North Carolina State. When we played them, they was 3rd. Oregon 13th. UConn 5th. Maryland 12th. Stanford 3rd. Ole Miss 25th. Tennessee 19th. Ole Miss again 25th. North Carolina 6th. Louisville 5th. And then beat up on UConn to win the national championship. Okay, but we lost to Missouri. At the time, Missouri was 56th ranked in the net ranking, and I almost cried during that basketball game, after that basketball game, and we lost to Kentucky. That game too, 35th. So we had a couple of hiccups during that season, but we won the chip, which means we were the best team all across the land, okay? Offensive rating. Offensive rating for the 2022 class, for that 2022 team, was 23rd. 23rd, 103.5 points per 100 possessions. That was a really good offensive team. It was. If you're 23rd in offensive rating, that means you're solid. That means you're real good. That means you can play some offensive basketball, which brings me to the class of 2024. This year's squad was ranked 3rd in offensive rating. Number three, average 114.9 points per 100 possessions. So 2022's squad was good, really good. 23rd out of 360 basketball teams. This year's squad was 3rd, okay? There's levels to it. And this year's team was much better offensively than 2 years ago. It was. Pace of play. And it might have something to do with here, because pace of play, the 2022 squad played a much slower pace. It was 252nd. 252nd in terms of pace of play. This year's squad, 38th. 38th in the country in pace of play. We played faster and we were more efficient playing faster. Okay? The offense ran smoother. Offensive rebounding percentage. That 2022 squad was number 1 in terms of offensive rebound percentage at 46%. This year's squad was 5th. Still, 5th is amazing. 5th is amazing at 41%. Field goal percentage. Field goal percentage for 2022 was 69th. 69th at 43%. Okay? This year's squad, 4th. 4th in field goal percentage offensively at 49%. That just shows how much better this year's offense was. It just shows that. 2-point percentage. 2-point percentage, South Carolina in 2022 was 88. 88th in the country at 47%. This year, 18th. 18th at 53% in 2-point percentage. 3-point percentage. 3-point percentage. South Carolina in 2022 was 179th. 179th out of 360 basketball teams. This year's squad, 3rd in the country. 3rd in the country, shooting 40% from the 3-point line. Come on now. That's the te-hina pow factor. That was the te-hina pow factor. And we were a 10th of a point, a 10th of a percentage point from being number 1 in the country. Number 1 in the country. 10th of a percentage point. But 3-point shooting was light years better than 2022. Light years. And te-hina pow, Tessa Johnson, Bree Hall, MiLaysia, Raven. So many different players stepped up from the 3-point line. 2022, 31% from the 3-point line. Assists per basketball game. 2022, we were ranked 100th. 100th in the country. Averaging 14 assists per basketball game. This year, 13th, averaging 19 assists per basketball game. More efficient, more assists, finishing at the basket, higher field goal percentage. All those things is a check mark in the 2022 season, but a star and a circle around the 2024 season. So much better in 2024. And in assists, fewest turnovers. I mean, South Carolina was better in fewest turnovers too. In 2022, we gave up, we had what, 17? 17 turnovers per basketball game. This year, 13, 89 versus 27. That's a big difference. That's a big difference. South Carolina took care of basketball more this year versus 2022. Assist to turnover ratio, 2022, 94th in the country. This year, 10th in the country in terms of assists to turnover ratio, 1.42 assists per one turnover. That's exceptional. 2022, it was 0.96 assists per turnover. We broke even. We broke even in 2022. Not in 2024. Much different. Defensive rating in 2022 was 74.1. 2024, 76.6. So defensive rating in 2022, you're talking about 2.5 points better than this year. 2.5 points better than this year. Field goal percentage, 2022, you're talking about 33%. This year, 32%. 2-point percentage, 22, you're talking about 35%. This year, same old, 35%. 3-point percentage, 2022, 27%. This year, 27%. Steals per game. This is what, if you look at the defensive rating, you look at the field goal percentage, 2-point percentage, 3-point percentage, all those different things, you could say that the defense was here. I mean, even pretty much the same. What set this year's squad differently than 2022 was steals per game. Steals per game. In 2022, you're talking about, we was ranked 266. 266 in terms of steals per game, averaging 7 steals per game. This year, 81st with 9 steals per game. Blocks, 22, 7? And this year, 8. Not markedly different. Not markedly different at all. But just going analytically speaking, the 2022 team was a better shooting team. Okay, 3-point line, 2-point percentage, field goal percentage, assists, fewer turnovers, all those different things. Pace of play. Even though we played at a much quicker pace, we turned the ball over less this year than in 2022. Okay. It's kind of weird, huh? Defensively, I mean, you neck and neck. We can say the same. We can say this year is a little bit better because of steals per game. I'm just going to cancel out and say both of them about the same. What kind of tripped me out, just looking at the stats and looking at the analytics, was there was only a few players who played more than 15 minutes. There was only a few. Now, we had like 15 people on the roster, but it was only a few players that played more than 15 minutes per game. You talking about Aliyah Boston, who averaged 29 minutes per game. I mean, sensational player, amazing player. And she did 17 points, 13 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 block shots, only 2 turnovers, shooting 54% from the field, 29% from 3, 77% from the free throw line. Okay? Her offensive rating was sensational, 131.5. Defensive rating was unbelievable at 64.8. Aliyah Boston was the best defensive player in the country. Okay? 64.8 defensive rating showed that. She was amazing. And she's still amazing. Okay? Destanni Henderson. Oh, Henny. 31 minutes a game. I love Henny's game. Oh, my God, love her game. 12 points, 3 rebounds, 4 assists, couple of turnovers. She shot 40% from the field, 40% from 3, 72% from the free throw line. Offensive rating, 110.9. Defensive rating, 79.2. She wasn't no liability on defense. No, hell, nobody on this team was a liability. Everybody did work. Okay? Zia Cooke, 10th player selected in the draft. Los Angeles Sparks, 27 minutes, 11 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 turnovers, 34% from the field, 29% from 3, 71% from the free throw line. Now, Zia Cooke did not have the most efficient offensive game. She did not. You have 2 turnovers, 4 assists. That's solid. But she only shot 40% from the field. She did shoot. No, scratch that. She shot 34% from the field and only 29% from 3. Okay, so efficiency was somewhat down for Zia Cooke during this year, 2022. Offensive rating of 94.8, defensive rating of 82.7. Defensively, that's solid. Offensively, that for analytically speaking, those numbers are a little down. Okay, Bree Bill. Now you know we love some Bree Bill. We love some Bree Bill, and Bree Bill right now is with the Las Vegas Aces on the training camp roster, and I hope that she gets a job. Okay, but in 2022, she averaged 24 minutes of basketball game, 5 points, 5 rebounds, shot 38% from the field, shot 24% from 3, 60% from the free throw line. Offensively, 103.1. 103.1. Defensively, you know how good that girl was in defense, always guarding the best perimeter player, and she had a really good defensive rating of 77.2. Okay, and finally, because these are the only ones. These are the only ones who average more than 15 points, 15 minutes per game during this season. Finally, is Victoria Saxton. 22 minutes, 6 points, 6 rebounds, 50% from the field, 64% from free throw. Victoria Saxton was a very good defensive player. Average, defensive rating of 74.8. That's sensational, y'all. So I heard when she got drafted into the W, I was like, how does Saxton get drafted into the W? The reason she got drafted into the W because she could play some defense. She's a smart defensive player, and hopefully she will stick another season with Indiana. Can't wait to see it. Hopefully she does, but that's it. That is it. There ain't no more. There ain't no more. This squad was limited to a certain degree in terms of depth. Again, we had a lot of players on this basketball team. A lot of players on the basketball team. Well, you know what? We got one more. Letitia Meir. Letitia Meir averaged about 17 minutes, 6 points, 4 rebounds, 2 turnovers, 44% from the field, 65% from the free throw line. She also had a very good defensive rating of 74.9. Also drafted. Can't let that go now. Also got drafted by the Atlanta Dream. But Cardoza, who just got drafted, third in the WNBA draft a little while ago, she averaged 13 minutes. 13 minutes a game. You talking about Sania Rivers, North Carolina State. She averaged 13 minutes a game as well. Okay, Lily Grissett, 12 minutes a game. Bree Hall, who has blossomed into a wonderful basketball player. Well, this year, she was a freshman. She averaged 9 minutes. 9 minutes. This past season at the University of South Carolina, Breezy averaged about 28 minutes per game. Destanni Littleton, remember her? 9 minutes per game. Anaya Russell, she transferred over to Kentucky, now transferred out of Kentucky. She averaged 8 minutes a game. 8 minutes. Sania Feagin averaged 4 minutes per basketball game during this season. Players that are stalwarts Now, 2 years later, didn't average many minutes. This is the same season where Raven played 2 games. 2 games got and tore up her knee that second game. Now, Feagin will be starting this upcoming season. Breezy is going to be special again this upcoming season. Cardozo's gone. Rivers is doing her thing at North Carolina State. Raven is Raven. We know what she's going to do. But in terms of looking at the players from the class of 2022, there weren't a lot of, how can I say, depth that Coach Staley believed in. There was some potential depth on the bench. I mean, they had number 1 ranked recruiting class. Ravens number 2. Ravens number 3. Feagin number 4. Bree was number 14, but they didn't get no burn. They didn't get no burn. Dawn trusted the players who had some seniority. And she trusted them a lot. What set this team, and I'm talking about this team, it's class of 2024 team from the previous team, is the depth and the quality of depth on this basketball team. Yes, you got Raven Johnson. Yes, you got te-hina Pow. Oh, Bree Hall. Okay? Ashlyn Watkins and Camila Cardozo. You got all those players. Or you could take out Ashlyn Watkins and put in Chloe. Okay? And because the bulk of the season, Chloe was starting. Okay? But off the bench, you had a player like MiLaysia Fulwiley who averaged about 18, 19 minutes a game. You had a player like Tessa Johnson who did the same. You had Ashlyn Watkins who averaged 21 minutes a game. Feagin averaged 15, almost 16 minutes a game. The depth on this year's squad was better than the depth on the previous squad. This squad, 2024, does not have an Aliyah Boston. Aliyah Boston, one of the best players who ever picked up a basketball at the University of South Carolina. One of the best players in the country. Okay? This team don't have an Aliyah Boston, but it got a whole lot more on this basketball team. Offensively, way better. Way better than class of 2022. Defensively, about the same. At the end of the day, class of this 2024 championship squad was better than the class of 2022. Both of them win the chip. We are happy, amazed, because we are now three-time champions. But if we was going to actually take a game, we're going to play this on NBA 2K, WNBA 2K. I know they got NBA 2K, but they incorporated WNBA players, but we might need our own game. Okay? Our own game. And you line up the 2024 squad versus 2022 squad. 2024 squad will win that basketball game. Let me know what you think. I just want to hear what everyone thinks about class of 2022, class of 2024, both national champions, but I would take the 2024 champions over the 2022 champions. This concludes another episode of Gamecocks Talk with Captain Will. I'm your man, Captain Will. Make sure you like, make sure you share, make sure you subscribe to Gamecocks Talk with Captain Will so I can continue to bring you that gospel of Gamecocks every single day. You're now rocking with the best. And since you're rocking with the best, come rock with your man, Captain Will. Let's go.
J-Rock did this